Welcome class to lesson 2.6. Our goal for today is that strong mathematicians can learn strategies for multiplying one-digit and two-digit numbers. We're going to use the place value sections method and the expanded notation method. So you start your notebook, your pencil, write today's date on the top, and let's begin. So box 1 in our notes today, we're talking about the place value section method. It's a method using rectangle drawings to solve multiplication or division problems. It might sound familiar. We've always referred to this as the area model. So the area model and the place value sections method are in a sense the same. It just has another name for it. There's also another way we start to move with the expanded notation method. We've heard about expanded notation when we add numbers and we break numbers apart. Now we're going to see how we can do that in our division problem without necessarily using the rectangle. So you can pause this right now. You can write down these notes so we're ready to see some examples. So the 4th grade class is participating in a walkathon. Each student will walk 8 laps around the track. There are 92 4th grade students. How many laps will the 4th grade class walk? So as I read this again, the 4th grade class is participating in a walkathon. It's a bunch of kids walking. Each kid will walk 8 laps. I'm picturing each kid there's doing another laps. And there are 92 4th grade students. How many laps will the 4th grade class work? So we're going to solve this using the place value method. It looks very similar to what you've already done before in the past. So we see we have the area model. We have 8 times 90 because we broke up 90 into 90 plus 2. And we find the area of this side, 8 times 2. 8 times 2, 1 is 16. Our 9 is in the tens place value, so that means we're going to have nothing in the ones. So we have 8 times 9 is 72 tens, which would mean we'd have 720. We're going to add those two numbers up, 720, 16, and get 736. But since this is a word problem, I need to come up with a label. So look back at my question, how many laps will the 4th grade class walk? 736 laps. So you can pause the video right now, maybe even beat me to this one. You can answer it on your own before I even got there. If not, pause the video, write that information down, make sure you give it a good label, and we'll move on to the next problem. So we're going to use the expanded notation method to solve. I have the place value area model up, and I also have the expanded notation method up. So you can kind of see how both of them work together and how both of them are connected. So a farm stand sold 4 bushels of apples in one day. Each bushel of apples weighs 42 pounds. How many pounds of apples did the farm sell? So if you notice right here in our area model, we broke up the 40 plus 2 and the 4. If you look at our expanded notation, we have 42 times 4. Well, notice our 4 we don't break up, so our 4 stays the same. But 42 we break up into 40 plus 2, just like we did over in our area model. In our area model, we take 4 times 40 equals something, and 4 times 2. Well, if we know we break apart the 1's value and we got times this, we know it's 4 times 40 and 4 times 2. So we can do the same thing by breaking apart the number in the expanded notation form and multiplying the 4 by each of the numbers. So 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 4 in the tens place value would be 16 tens. So that means 160. We add those numbers up, we would get 168. The same thing here, we have 4 times 40 would be 16 tens, which would give us 160. 4 times 2 is 8. We add those together, we get 168. But we know this is a word problem, we can't move on. So we go back to our question, how many pounds of apples? So it'd be 168 pounds of apples. So you can pause the video right now, write the information down, especially focus on the expanded notation method as a good guide of how to do that. I like to see both in my mind because I see, oh, here's the area model. Here's how it looks in the expanded notation method. And we see a lot of the same things, it's just written in a different way. Because eventually our goal is to not have to do the area model at all. We can start to do more of this numerically. So now it's your turn, right? So using the strategies, here's the first one. A football coach is ordering 3 shirts for each football player. There are 54 players in the football program. How many shirts does the coach need to order for the entire program? So you solve this one using your area model as a good refresher and a good practice. So pause the video and give it your best shot right now. And now we're going to try that same another question, but we're going to use the expanded notation with the area model to kind of work on getting used to what that looks like. A marina needs to replace the boards on their pier. The pier is 7 feet by 39 feet. What is the area of the pier? So you're going to pause the video, you're going to work out the math. If you want to start with the area model first and then think about how can you put that into your expanded notation method. Use the examples to help guide you. And remember, this is a word problem, so it's going to need a label once you get your answer. As always, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to jot those down and share those out. If you have any strategies that you use to help you, make sure you include that as well, as that may be able to help other students who may still be struggling. Thanks for another great lesson.